It's a warm and loving act of kindness to rescue a Siberian Husky from a shelter. Most rescue dogs will provide you with joy and companionship throughout their lifetime, but you have to be realistic and understand that some rescue dogs will have survived harsh conditions, abuse and neglect, and other events that leave an emotional scar that can result in unpredictable behavior. So if you want to avoid becoming one of the few who has an unhappy experience with a Siberian Husky rescue, here are some guidelines to follow. Find out where the dog came from. It's natural to worry that a rescue dog might be sick, injured, or dangerous. Keep in mind there are 3 common reasons a dog winds up in a shelter. 1. The owner has surrendered the dog because he or she could no longer afford it or care for it properly. 2. The owner passed away and family members or friends don't want to offer the dog a new home. And 3. The dog was abandoned and found. If you decide to take in an abandoned dog, ensure to get a medical exam for it immediately. Also ask, how many homes has this dog already had? A recent study found that dogs who have gone through multiple home environments are likely to take longer to adjust to new owners. Some dogs will never adapt well, which could mean you'll need more patience and possibly more expense in providing care. Heed the breed. Every dog, like every person, is an individual. But certain breeds have characteristics that they don't share with other breeds. Siberian Huskies, for instance, are intelligent and independent, but sometimes a bit stubborn. They like being around humans, but they need firm, gentle training right from the time they're puppies. You should also be aware that they love to run and they're strong, so they need a strong hand on the leash. They're very vocal. They love to bark, howl, and talk back. This should definitely be a consideration in close quarter living like apartment buildings. Temperament and personality. Some breeds are known for their aggressiveness toward humans or animals, but most Siberian Huskies are good with other dogs, especially those they're raised with. However, many will chase cats or other animals. Size. One of the first things you should consider when adopting a rescue dog is size. Generally, big dogs do better in big spaces, small dogs do fine in small spaces. And size is also a factor if your dog's going to be traveling with you. Separation anxiety. Separation anxiety often leads to behaviors such as chewing furniture or destroying things around the house. Socialization. Does the dog get along with kids and other dogs? Talking to the rescue organization about a particular dog's history and temperament is important here. Health history. Finding out the dog's age and health situation is extremely important. The first thing you should check is the animal's health status. Ask the shelter workers to tell you everything they know, including any vaccination history. There are pros and cons to both older and younger dogs. An older dog is typically more mellow and more open to training than a puppy. They also tend to be less destructive than puppies. On the other hand, puppies have boundless energy and are fun to play with and watch. Something else to consider with an older dog. They often already know basic commands and have some house training under their belt. As mentioned, they tend to be less destructive and disruptive than puppies, and they usually don't need constant supervision to make sure they're not getting into things, so to speak. Older dogs typically require less exercise, but they need more medical attention, which of course can be costly. Bringing a rescue dog into your world can be a wonderful and rewarding experience. However, you've got to understand that rescuing is not always easy and not always cheap. You sometimes need a lot of patience and a lot of flexibility. Knowing the basics about your dog and your dog's breed is important before you decide to bring one into your home. In summary, the more you know in the beginning, the less likely you are to be hit with any major surprises later on. To get more in-depth information about Siberian Huskies and other dogs, click on the links in the description section below and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this one as they are created.